What's up, everyone? Tytalkz Chelsea Football Club, or Tytalkz for short, back with another stream slash video, and I'm joined here once again with Bobby Smoky Signals. Welcome to the stream, Bobby.
Thank you, Ty. Happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks. So for those who don't know, which I think it would be a lot of people, today is my birthday, so this is sort of a birthday stream, but I had actually initially planned this for before my birthday, but certain things came up and I had to reschedule, and then it just happened to be today was the best time I could do it. So the title says which players do Chelsea really need to sign, and I came up with this topic thanks to a fellow Chelsea supporter and another YouTuber called Chelsea Perspective. He's been on my streams I think 3 times now, and two previously on my other channel, and before he was in the chat for my first ever stream on this channel, which was about Hakimi, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people know what happened with Hakimi, and sort of a merry-go-round to some, that there were rumors saying that it was imminent for him to come to Chelsea, but initially, and in the end he ended up going to PSG. So yeah, but I mean, as much as that might have hurt a lot of people, it also shows you that you have to be careful, and you can't let your heart or a lot of your passion get in the way, because then when things like this happen, it will leave you disappointed. So yeah, thanks Icky Gamer. So yeah, but let's get straight into the topic, and Luch Banner, you can see it says which players do Chelsea really need in the summer, and this will be a Chelsea discussion, and Bobby, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, or probably I'm not sure you're gonna need that much time, but give me like a little outline of which players you'd actually go for and in which positions.
Sure. This is silly season, really. And because Chelsea Football Club are so tight lipped about their transfer business, it gives the opportunity for people looking to make news to come up with all sorts of things. Chelsea never did go for Hakimi. They were thinking about it, but they didn't bid, and he wasn't a primary target as it was made out to be. I still think that the club is trying to get the Haaland deal across the line, and I've heard that there's every possibility that later on this week, Pedacek will go and start making inquiries about Chomeni. Um, this is a transfer season like no other for us because we have done some good business last summer, and this summer is the time to get the marquee signings in because we're in this privileged position of being European champions. We have a very good football project that will attract players, and we need to strike while the iron is hot. Now, I know the price of Haaland is very expensive, but the truth of the matter is, if we want to sustain a position at the top of European football, we're going to have to cross the 100 million mark. Whether that's Haaland, some people think that might be Lukaku, although that's not a personal favorite of mine. But we have to do that because it's not that the cost is so great that it won't be offset over the advantages it will give us over the next 5 years, at least. So the Haaland marquee deal should be a focus for the club, and I'm sure it is. I'm sure the club are trying to uh, get as much of the exorbitant cost off the deal. But as I say, I can't see that deal going through at this stage without crossing the 100 million mark. It's just a matter of how much on top of the 100 million will it go. I'm very interested in Chomeni. Uh, the club hasn't said anything, but I have been reading interesting things about Chomeni. Um, Apart from that, I can't really see the need. I mean, I'm one of those that feels that the defense is good. We have Mark Gurhey coming back from loan, and Mbayamba, who is also a young player on a 2-year development project. He may go on loan, or indeed, Tuchel may feel he wants to use him in the first team squad. So I'm not sure we have a need there. Just like this right wing back situation. I'm hearing Tuchel is quite interested in Adama Traore. Um, okay, I mean that's not a bad buy, considering that he won't be as expensive as a lot of our targets this summer. But if Tuchel wants him, I want him. Personally, I don't see a need, but maybe he's seen a way that he can use him for the team that I don't see. So I think this summer the target has to be a striker in the form of Erling Haaland and a midfielder, preferably Chouameni.
Mm. You know that I like that well ago because 85 minutes and you finish directly on the 5 minute mark. So yeah, that's good. And yeah, I agree with everything you said. But a lot of people might bring up the fact that if Kepa is a player who Chelsea are looking to offload, whether it be on a loan or something, I think like a backup goalkeeper would be key because that would leave us with I think I remember his name, the academy goalkeeper, and Willie Caballero left the club, so he's not an option. So with Mendy, so probably
Tyrone, are you there? You're breaking up a lot.
yeah. Sorry about that. So I was saying that if you have one goalkeeper, that's not really good. So probably like a backup goalkeeper, especially if Mendy goes out for Afcon, and that's something that you have to look at. But yeah, with everything else that you said, I agree. And there's a lot of players that will be coming back, especially in the midfield. So there are reports that are saying that July 5th, and the loanees will be returning. So that will also be taken into consideration. And who knows, probably Tuchel might be, you know, probably attracted by what he sees from some of the loanees before making those permanent decisions or temporary decisions. So yeah, everything you said is correct, and especially with the Holland situation, I agree with you because that should be, and I think it is, like their key target, getting that striker position sorted out, and whatever follows next, because the striker position is perfect at the moment. Isn't perfect, sorry. What I meant to say is that the other situations are are if they're not perfect, nearly perfect. Like the midfield, probably like a little recruitment, back up for rotation purposes. Like you said, the defense is at the moment is good, and you'll have like the other players like Mark Gurley coming back. You'll have probably like an Ethan Ampadu, who knows what might happen. Malang Sarr, probably, who knows about that. You have so like you said, there is a lot of positions that don't really need recruitments that are really that important. The striker position should be first and foremost the most important position that's being looked at. So yeah, everything you said is correct. So uh like you said, there's a rumor about Adama Traore. Like I know you did you like give you a little one's 2 cents about that part. But do you think like that position, like the right wing back position, is an area that really needs to be focused on, like the strike position?
I'm slightly confused by that. I would say yes and no. Yes, if we are looking for a versatile right wing back who can play left wing back, and we're going to offload Alonso and Emerson, then yes. But if we are not offloading both Alonso and Emerson, or we're just offloading one of them, I'm not sure how that is a priority for us. I don't know. I'm not the coach. I guess he has his plans, but it seems a little odd to me. Um, the Hakimi situation, you know, is he that good a player that we should covet him so much as to even get into a discussion of up to £70 million? I have my doubts, and I know we didn't get into that discussion. I think our priorities remain the same: a striker, a midfielder, and of course the goalkeeping situation. There was a guy on Baggy's stream, a Chelsea journalist called Andreas. He gave some names, which I can't remember now, in the goalkeeping situation that we are after, but that is definitely a need. So, in terms of needs, that's where our needs are. I don't understand the purchase of a right wing back personally, but as I say, Tuchel knows best if he's the driver behind it.
Yeah. That's 100% true. So yeah, I agree with what you said. The right wing position, it's something that really sometimes confuses me because I don't really see like a problem with that era. But when the reports came out that Chelsea had a bit of an interest in Hakimi, I was saying maybe probably looking for longevity, possibly when Aspi gets older and he can't really play games like the way he used to play last season or the season before that. So I was looking at it as longevity, but like the right wing back situation, like getting another Traore or a position or a player in that position, it's not really something that I really see necessary. But like you said, we're not the coach. Maybe the coach is trying to possibly try to not get dismiss or stop using the back three entirely, but maybe try to switch to a back four. So we can probably do better going forward, allow more players or more attacking players to play, and it allows us to be more attacking because we're trying to move away from that defensive type of football and try to move on to attacking. So I suppose you're right there. I have another guest here, 532 Pod. So welcome to the stream, 532 Pod.
Hey man, how we doing? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah, how we doing? How we doing?
Yeah,
I'm just watching the French game. This Mbappe, and I'll be honest with you, average at best. Average at best. He's as good as this guy. Listen, look, he's a good player, but that's it. That's it. I don't see anything special. Do you guys see anything special in him? Really?
Yeah. There's a lot of weak mentality in the French team. I don't know whether it's because they've had a long season and some
Bro,
of the players
everyone's
are
had a long
tired.
season, man. Werner, listen, everyone used to give shit to Werner all this season. I'm bringing that same energy, man. Where is it, man? Where is it?
Yeah,
This guy's average at best.
yeah.
I've not seen Jadon Sancho, but Jadon Sancho's getting bigger headlines than this guy.
Hmm.
And I'll be honest with you, man. Sorry to interrupt you, mate. I do apologize for that, but I'm just disappointed, man. This is Switzerland. They are playing better than France because look at what's going on.
They look more solid, that's for sure.
Definitely, bro. And
They
those
look
of you
more
that
solid.
follow football, remember what happened in 2004 when Greece won it. You just have to be solid. You got to play like a team, and that's it. You don't need a superstar.
Yeah.
They proved it, man. They proved it. I can feel a team that's not a top team is going to win it, like Denmark or whoever else. Whoever else is not a top ranked team. I just feel that something special is going to happen this tournament.
Yeah, yeah, that we kind of like kind of shift away from the topic, but I just want to quickly say this. I said this on a stream. I said that I don't really see like those quote unquote big teams or those big national teams. I think it'd probably be like those little teams that you don't really expect like an underdog to win it. So possibly, and it looks like no, but it could be Denmark, could be Switzerland, it could actually be Italy as well. So yeah, but you just come on 532 pod. The title and the little banner that says the topic I was focusing on is which players do Chelsea really need in the summer, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes to give me, or probably less, to tell me which positions you really look at. If there are positions, if it's a position, then you can just tell me that. 5 minutes.
Um, we need a playmaker. We need someone who's going to create. We need to find a Cesc Fabregas. For me, I think that's very important. How you embed him into that formation is a different matter altogether. I don't think a Cesc could probably do that with that formation, but striker wise, we've signed Giroud for another year. That tells me Haaland is definitely not coming this year. That tells me that I would go for Andre Silva. I think he's all right. Danny Ings, all right. I'd even put a cheeky bid in for Harry Kane. Why not? Let's match Man City's bid. Pay him 120. If we're serious about striker, I'd rather get Harry Kane and know what I'm getting compared to Haaland, who's a very good talent, but the way the media has portrayed him, he's this amazing footballer, amazing striker. He didn't even score the most goals in his league. I think he was third. So, yeah, playmaker for me. I'm upset that Tomori's gone. I think that's a silly move. Absolutely silly move. But if he wants a footballing career, you've got to get out of Chelsea. If you want a career, get out of Stamford Bridge. All these youngsters. I'm excited to see what happens with Loftus. I hope he gets a chance. But with Loftus's injury record at Stamford Bridge, it's horrendous. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Chelsea need a lot. I just think we need to find consistency and believe in Kai Havertz and Timo Werner and the rest. I think we made a massive investment last year, and I'm pretty happy with the investment Chelsea made. I think we should just see where we end up because we've won the Champions League. We don't need a fullback. We've got two good fullbacks. Defensively, Rudiger for me is the best defender we've got. He's better than Silva and all these guys because he's ruthless. Midfield is probably where I would strengthen, but I don't know how you fit in a playmaker. I really don't. But that is probably my number one area. I just don't know who's out there who can provide those assists. We need to find basically a Bruno Fernandes, really, or someone box to box. But apart from that, pretty happy with the squad, to be fair.
Ooh. I agree with some of what you said until you said that Bruno Fernandes part. I don't think we need a Bruno Fernandes. I think we need a player that actually could show up and do something. Like you said, like a Cesc Fabregas. A Cesc Fabregas wasn't only a player who could give you those assists. That was an important part of his game, but he could also step up if you needed him. And Bruno Fernandes, especially with Portugal, I don't really see him as that player. He can be really invisible. He can be
Don't
really
mention him on
invisible in games.
international
So I don't
duty,
think that.
bro. Don't do that, Ty. Don't judge him on international duty, bro. Judge him at Manchester United. He's one of the best
But
playmakers.
it's not really different though. Oh, ooh, Bobby fell off. Um, it's not really that different to be fair.
I don't think he is. He's played a lot of games, Ty. You need to understand this. That he's not. That's why he didn't start. He's not having a good tournament purely because he needs rest. He just needs. He's tired. De Bruyne came back from injury, but then got injured in the game against Chelsea, and you could argue that kind of gave Chelsea an advantage. But I'm telling you, Bruno's a player. The guy is. We need a box to box like that. Because Jorginho, for me, I think, yeah, he's a good sub to have, but I just think we need to find. We need a creative spark from somewhere. I don't know where it's gonna come from. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I would want from Chelsea. Apart from that, you know what? You're a Chibuze. Apart from that, you know what? I'm happy with the team. I'm happy with the team. We've made a major investment last year. Get one player for 50, 60 million. Get a really good midfielder. That's it. Pogba is different class with France, though. Yeah, it's true. He is. But for Man United, he's crap. He's an international player, man. Pogba's, we have to be honest, average at best. He's hot and cold. He's too hot and cold. Ask yourself this question, mate. Who's the better player for their clubs, Kante or Pogba? It's Kante. Kante's there most of the time. This is a World Cup, man. These tournaments, they're knockout tournaments. They don't mean a lot because consistency is only over a set number of games. Whereas you come to the Premier League, it's a different beast. Um, but yeah, just a midfielder, man. I don't think we need anything else.
Yeah, yeah. RCB, and if you're still there, you could give me like a 2 sentence on what you think about the topic. You could, and Chibuzi, if you're still here, you can also do the same. I think you're new to the channel as well, so I'm not sure. So if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe if you're new. And if you give me if you give me your 2 cents as well, that'll be nice. But yeah, so with what you said 5-2 part about like the position that you said is really important. You said the playmaker position, and we did have a little discussion on Instagram as well about the situation, and it was surrounded around it was surrounded around if we couldn't get like a Haaland or another striker or a prolific striker, probably could we try and probably try Kai Havertz as a false nine or as a nine, and then get a playmaker to get those assists in, or probably help as well with goals. So I have a question for you guys. Do you think that's the best option to do if Erling Haaland can't come to the club, or like you said, Andre Silva or someone along those lines?
Bobby, you go first, man.
Sure, sure. You see, there are two things. I agree with quite a lot of what was said. Certainly about midfield. I know midfield we do need to strengthen. We need the physical side of it addressed. And a playmaker, well, we do create quite a few chances. So chance creation has never been Chelsea's problem. It's finishing. And if there's one thing top flight football teaches you, is once you're satisfied with your squad or with what you've done in the previous season, that's when you start to go backwards. We can't be satisfied. We do need a goal scorer, and we do need further strength in depth because of the sheer volume of games we're going to have to play and all the competitions we're going to have to play next season. So we can't rest on our laurels. The pursuit of Haaland is not really out of the picture. it's going to be really expensive, that's for sure. But you know, a club like Chelsea has got to the point where you're going to have to cross the 100 million mark and get that marquee for you to sustain that elite level. If they don't do it, it's going to be a bumpy ride. You know, it's going to be a bumpy ride. You know, some people were talking about this Brentford striker, um, Tony. Gosh, I've forgotten his name. Something
Ivan
Tony,
Tony. Ivan
Ivan
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people sneer and laugh at that, but for me, I would take a chance at that because it's not expensive, it's cheap, and you know he's going to come in hungry. Whether he'll actually be the striker we need is left to be seen. But I would take a punt on that. But definitely, you know, people, you know, you made a good point. Haaland wasn't the top scorer in the Bundesliga. Yes, considering the team he's playing for, I don't think he did badly. But he is a long and short term investment. And a guy like that in a team like Chelsea should work. I know the owner wants him. I know the club is trying to get him, and we just have to wait and see. You know, I'm not sure really they're looking that seriously at anybody else. So yeah, you're right. Midfield for sure. Chomeni has been mentioned, and he does have a good pass on him. He has the physicality to boot. And yeah, that's about, as far as I'm concerned, all we need. All this left wing back, right wing back situation, I'm not sure that should really be a priority. Goalkeepers are important, yes. We need, you know, with the loss of uh, uh, oh gosh, my mind's going. I'm watching the penalty kicks. With the loss of Caballero and the potential loaning of Kepa, we do need backup. And of course, Mendy going to the African Cup of Nations in January, we do need backup in the goalkeeping situation. But yeah, you know, wing backs, you know, people talk about um, uh, Aspie getting older. Yes, he is. But Livramento has been very highly regarded. Do we start to blood him in the team? I don't know. That will have to be up to Tuchel. But the wing back situation, I don't see it as important as the striking situation and the midfield for sure.
I agree with most of what you say, Bobby. Bobby, the one player I would get in midfield, right, just for me, and because we let a big player go in Hazard for crazy money, and we had to sell at the time. And there is another player out there who reminds me of him. He plays for England. He plays for Villa. And it would be silly to not even put a bid in because this guy is phenomenal. He's the one of the best players in England. And
Oh,
I think every Chelsea player, every Chelsea fan would love to see Jack Grealish in a blue shirt.
hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Is he not a luxury signing though?
no,
Or
no,
Do we really need him?
because if you think about it, he can win us a game. Like if you remember what Hazard used to do for us, we used to have Morata, used to have average strikers in front of him. But when Hazard would do his thing, he didn't only create, he scored goals for us. And for me, I'm just saying, I would love to see Jack Grealish at Stamford Bridge. Is he a priority? No. I kind of agree with what you said, and then I thought about the season, and I thought, bloody hell, Werner missed a bag full of chances, and he'll create. I don't think he's a striker. I think he's more of a winger. But can we find this finisher? And I don't know if Haaland is the guy for us, because the German league and the Premier League are two different beasts. And I don't know if this kid is ready yet. Yes, in the Champions League he's doing well. but for the money we're gonna pay, and I have to look at it like this: if Chelsea pay £100 million for Haaland or whatever it is, I expect 25 to 30 goals next season, and there is no, that, and I'm not going to listen to any excuses. We're paying the money. We want him to deliver as well, as long as he's not injured, because that's what we're paying for. I'd rather pay the money for Kane, because at least you know what you're getting with Kane. We'll get 4 or 5 years, and we know what we're going to get: 25 to 30 goals. With Haaland, I'll be honest with you, I'm not saying it won't work, but I remember Fernando Torres very well. And I'm just hoping what happens to this kid if he goes through the same season that Werner's gone through. They'll eat him alive, the press will. They'll absolutely eat him alive. That's why I think if he goes to City, it's better, because they will cater for his needs a lot better than Chelsea, in my opinion. Because Pep, I think he suits Pep a little bit more. But I just think it's a lot of money for a guy that we don't know much about. It's a lot of money. And if we're going to gamble on this kid, we don't even know. Let's be honest right now. We don't even know if Tuchel is going to be here next season. He might be gone by January. If he has a crap start. I've been a Chelsea fan a long time. I don't know whether Tuchel's going to stay. Last time we won Champions League, Roberto Di Matteo went in December, November time. That, and then a new manager comes in, new ideas, and it's a madness at Chelsea. But would I take Haaland? Yes. Will he hit the ground running? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was with you until you said he would do better at Man City, which didn't make any sense to me.
I just think I think he'd get more chances. That's what I meant. I just think because of Pep's style, I think he'd get much more chances the way Pep plays compared to the way we play. And under Tuchel, under Frank, let's be honest, Frank only got sacked because if Werner had converted half his chances, Frank probably would still be in a job.
Well, you're speaking against yourself. You're saying 1 minute
I am,
and then you're saying Haaland won't get chances.
But Bobby, ask yourself. But ask yourself, how many chances do we really create under Tuchel? It's not. I don't think. I'd have to see it. I'd have to see the numbers. I'd have to see the numbers. No, but that's the same thing under Frank. Frank played 4-3-3. Werner missed a bag. I know he's missed some under Tuchel, but
you're contradicting yourself. You're saying how many chances are we creating? Then
but how many? How many? Okay, sorry. I'll be clear. I bet you, right, and I've not even seen the numbers. I bet anything. Clear-cut chances. Frank's Chelsea created more than Tuchel's Chelsea. Tuchel's Chelsea is obviously more, you could say, is more clinical or whatever. But who creates the most chances? From what I've seen, who creates more? That's all I'm saying.
Frank's Chelsea started shipping in goals like crazy.
No. I'm not talking about defensively. I'm talking about creating here. I know we did. I know there's two aspects of football. But what I'm saying to you is this. I just don't think we create that much under Tuchel. I really don't. I'll be honest with you. Some of the football, we have to be honest, it's boring.
Very wrong. You're very wrong.
I'd have to see the figures.
And you contradict yourself.
I did, but I'm asking you. You're the one that made the point. We create a lot.
We do.
Not under Tuchel, we don't.
We do.
Under Tuchel, I'd have to see the numbers. I'd have to see the numbers.
You were saying that
Werner
misses a hatful of chances. And now you're saying you want to see the numbers. You're not making sense.
But Bobby, over the season he has. We've had two managers, Bobby. I'm talking about creativity here. Creativity. How many chances do you think Tuchel's team creates compared to Frank's Chelsea.
This is irrelevant.
It might be not to
You're
me. It
talking in
isn't.
circles. If
Not to
you're
me. It
talking in
isn't.
circles, 1 minute you say, "Oh, Werner misses so many
No,
chances,"
because
then
no,
you'll
no,
say,
you
"How many
right.
chances do we?"
No, no, but
What you're
that's what it
saying
comes
is
down to. Because
irrelevant.
I think we look at this. Look, even he agrees with me. RCBN Chelsea. Even he agrees. I've not seen the numbers. You have to ask yourself, since Tuchel's been in charge, I don't know how many games it is. How many clear-cut chances do we create? I don't think it's that many compared to our previous manager's team. The way he set us up.
And yet he
That's all
won
I'm
the
saying.
European Cup. You're not making sense. The purchase of a striker like Haaland is going to help the squad
I'm
for
not saying
sure.
it isn't. I just think there'll
there
be
will
more
be
chances
pressure.
created in the City.
There will be
Mbappe, man, there
pressure.
you go. That's what it is.
There
Poor
will
man.
be
Sorry.
pressure on. There will be pressure on him to perform for sure. Whether
Go on, Switzerland.
whether they've knocked them out.
Well played,
Whether
Switzerland. Well
whether
played.
he would be better off at City than Chelsea, well, that's subjective. I guess City fans
Right.
will feel he'll be better off there. And if you have a
Okay.
soft spot for
Yeah.
City, I can understand why you would say that. But he would
I've
perform
got a soft
well
spot. I'll be
at
honest
a
with you. I've
Chelsea
got a
team.
soft spot for the way they play. For the
Okay,
way they play,
fine.
I've got a soft spot.
So
I
I
wish we could.
understand why.
We've
I
got the team
understand
to
why
play
you
like
would
that, but
say
we
that.
don't play that way.
We don't need to. We
And,
beat them
that,
3 times in a row under Tuchel. We don't need to play like City.
No,
You're
that's fine.
contradicting. You're not
I understand.
sounding. You're not
I
making much
understand
sense.
that. But what I'm trying. You ask any Chelsea fan, right? When you look at our team, do they want a team that creates
It was
chances?
Mbappe
Because
that
there's
missed
been.
that penalty.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Poor lad. But all
yeah,
I'm.
he's gonna be slandered now. This doesn't
Yeah, of
make
course he is. Of course he is. The
it's
poor
slandered.
lad. Um, uh,
Aha,
uh, He's going to be a
Frank,
victim. He's going to be a victim. Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of racism aimed towards him
yeah,
tonight.
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
Poor lad, but it's a game of football. It's international football. It happens all the time, and it's not the first time we've seen this.
it happened to Anelka. Someone brought
Yeah.
up this. Someone brought
I
this up.
mean,
Go on, Bobby.
sorry. I was just gonna say. It interests me. Some people that say they're Chelsea fans and then they talk about, oh, I like City, and that it's like these people that carry 2 flags and go to a stadium.
It's
Man
not
City
carrying
were
two
beaten.
flags. It's
Man
about
City were beaten
appreciating good
three
football.
times. Let me finish. Man City were beaten 3 times consecutively by Tuchel's Chelsea, and they couldn't create any chances. Yet
Okay.
Chelsea created the chances enough to score and some. They were missing chances. So I don't know what you're saying. Maybe you are a City fan, but what you're saying doesn't make any sense. Even in the Champions League final, we were missing chances. So, I mean, a guy like Haaland coming into a team like that, I know there'll definitely be pressure on him because of the price tag, but if he keeps his wits about him and keeps his feet to the ground, he will do well. It's as simple as that. Doesn't need to go to Man City to do well. He can do well at Chelsea under Tuchel. I don't buy all this. Man City are this great team that play this great
I
football.
never said they were a great team. I said they play great football.
Well,
They play very
I
attractive
don't
football. It's
particularly
very
buy that.
attractive football. Whether you agree or not is a different matter altogether. But the thing is this, look, how you see the game, how I see the game are probably two different things.
Very different.
Because I've been a Chelsea fan since 1996, since Zola. So that's me. I've been there pre-Abramovich.
Okay.
So when
and
you
you're
say
talking to somebody
no,
who's
hold
been a
on, hold
Chelsea.
on, hold on,
You're
hold on,
talking
Bobby,
to
hold on, hold
somebody
on.
who's been a Chelsea fan since 1970, probably
Right, that's
before you were
fine.
born.
Yeah, it is before I was born, to be fair. But all I'm saying, Bobby, is this. In terms of Haaland, right, would I like him there? Yes. But it's a lot of money for a guy. We've had strikers before coming to Chelsea, like very expensive strikers who've had a big reputation, and they've never really done well. That's all I'm saying. And the proof is in the
You
pudding. We'll see if he comes. I don't think he'll come
you
this
mentioned
season.
Torres.
But yeah, I mentioned
Torres
Tony.
came
Yeah,
to Chelsea injured. He was
it
injured.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, come on, Bobby, stop in this now. Injured or not injured, when you put on the shirt, you turn up. Didier Drogba used to get slated. I used to get ridiculed saying this guy is a worthless. I go, wait. Drogba, no one knew Drogba. No one knew him. But then we saw what he did. Come on, man, Bobby. You've been there. You're a bigger fan than me, man. Torres, whether he was injured or not, he wasn't injured when he was missing one-on-ones and things like that. Yeah, he scored in that Champions League semi-final against Barcelona. Something we'll always remember him for because he got us over the line. But
This
overall, it didn't
I
go
d-
well for us.
this doesn't sound rational to me. All I'm hearing from you is, "Oh, Chelsea, don't strengthen too much. Let everybody else strengthen.
We don't
Keep
need to
yourself as you
strengthen.
are.
We
Play
need
like
one position.
Lampard,
One
ship in a
position.
load of goals, and make
One
sure you
position.
go right
No,
back
I
to
didn't
where
say
you
that,
came
Bobby.
from."
I didn't say that, Bobby.
You didn't
I
have
didn't
to.
say that.
You
But
didn't
Bobby,
have
listen,
to.
look, Bobby, I didn't say that. All I'm saying is this. Ty asked me the question, who do we need? I said a midfielder, and you were right, possibly a striker who can finish. But spending your money on a guy that's, let's be honest, who's going to cost a bagload of money, and we've seen it before, will it work? And the thing is this, I don't think it will. That's just my opinion. I just don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. I've not seen it yet. It's like I've watched, this kid who plays for France, and they call him world class. What's his name? Who missed a penalty? Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Yeah. A lot of people say to me that he's world class. I watched him tonight. I watched him over over the Champions League and stuff. He's had good games. He's had bad games, but overall, I think he's a good player. That's it. And I
Mm.
think Haaland's the same. I think he's a good player. But a player worth 100 million, is he really going to score us that many goals? I'd rather get Kane.
All right.
Mm.
Okay. So this is getting a bit tense. I'm gonna switch the topic up a bit. And RTBN said this. Livramento rumored to go to Brighton with Lamptey going to a bigger club this summer. Deja vu. So what do you guys think about this? Because this was something that was trending in the Chelsea community about Livramento, and there's a lot of fans, especially the younger ones, who are saying why get Hakimi when we have Livramento who can come into the team probably 2-3 years from now. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think it would be best to let him leave the club, or do you think loan him out and then probably like a Reece James situation, loan him out and then integrate him to the team?
Um, okay, I think we should. I think we should loan him out. Chelsea are too fond of getting rid of these youngsters. Okay, when we had the transfer ban and Frank, promoted quite a few of them into the first team, that was the first time they ever really got the opportunity in the first team. Livramento is a good player. Whether he can survive the Premier League at a team like Chelsea at this point in his career, it's left to be seen. But they should encourage him to sign a new contract, go on loan, and then come back and fight for his place in the squad. And I think he will make it because he is potentially like Reece James, very much so. In fact, he has more height, he has this physicality. I think it would be a big mistake to get rid of Livramento, in my opinion.
I've not seen much of him, so I can't really say anything. But I would echo what Bobby says: send him out on loan, make a name for yourself, and if the manager whoever the manager is at the time thinks you're good enough for Chelsea, then come and fight for your place. I just think it'd be silly for him to even be thinking that he can replace the likes of Reece James or whichever wing he's on. Because I just think our senior players are better at this moment in time. But if he needs experience, he needs game time, and he needs to go out and get that. I would follow the examples of Mason Mount, Reece James, and all these kids that have gone out on loan. I think one of the things that was good when Frank first started was that a lot of youngsters got given a chance that, still to this day, I believe that Tammy Abraham's not been treated right. That's just my personal opinion. I thought he had a very good season first season. I know a lot of Chelsea fans disagree with me, but I thought Tammy was really good first season. 15 league goals, not bad. But then he never really got a chance this season, and under Tuchel, it's not worked for whatever reason. But in terms of Livramento, yeah, go out on loan. What I would say about Lamptey is this: bigger clubs might be interested in him. He's been injured most of the season. So are you really going to take an injured player that you've seen a handful of times? I don't know. The kid I don't think he's going to be leaving Brighton anytime soon because he needs first team football. He needs to get his fitness back, and then we'll see. He's a talent. He's a great talent, but that's all Lamptey is at this moment in time. He's a very good youngster who's coming through the Brighton team, and I think I personally think you should stay there, make a name for yourself for a couple of years, and then make your big move to, I don't know, Arsenal. I don't even know if Chelsea have got a buyback clause on him or not. We let a really good player go for free, kind of. Well, not for free, but I don't know whether they paid for him or not. But hopefully we've got a buyback clause, because if he does turn out to be a very good player, we need to think about getting him back. But in terms of Livramento, I echo what Bobby says. Go out on loan and get game time.
Yeah. At this point, I agree with both of what you said. I will get your opinion on what RCBN said right here. What do you guys think about those two options that he's giving? Well, that's his opinion on who's the better option to him instead of Adama Traore. So what do you guys think about that?
So you keep breaking up, Ty. Is he there?
It's the
I was
question
saying,
that is
what
posed
are your
Bobby on the
thoughts?
screen. So he's basically asking us, Bobby, do we think Mbabu of Switzerland or Dumfries of Netherlands is a better option than Traore?
Ooh. Ooh, gosh, that's a good one. Traore, he wants him for the right wing back position. So I'm not sure Dumfries actually fits that profile. I don't know that much about the other player you've mentioned. My simple answer to that is I don't know. I'm still trying to get my head round us going for Adama Traore. I've listened to many commentators about it, and it makes some sense. But there are several factors that have to fit in to make it a good deal. So I don't know. I don't know why we should be looking at that area of the pitch. I really don't. It confuses me. I have to say, going back to a point you made about Tammy Abraham.
Yeah.
That's a conundrum. I think most fans are a little bit confused by that, because what we wanted to see from Tammy was fight. We wanted to see him fight for his place, just like Mason Mount did, and prove himself. Somewhere along the line, that all went sour. I don't know. I think the issue with Tammy is more of a club issue, in terms of the fact that he wouldn't commit, he wouldn't sign, an extended contract, and so he just fell out of favor with the board. Uh, I don't know. I think he's up for sale. It's just like the Tomori situation. After a while, Frank used to say Tomori was this great centre back. Then after a while, he wouldn't play him for bizarre, unknown reasons. So I think the club had made up their mind to sell Tammy or use him in a deal. And that's it. Whether it's the right thing to do, well, time will tell.
Yeah, I could see your point. I think there's more to it than that. I just felt that Tammy must have felt that, you know what, he's had a good season and he should be number one because he's got 15 Premier League goals. Let's be honest, he's kind of proven himself. But obviously, because of the amount of investment Roman made into the team, which I don't think was a good idea because of the manager we had at the time, um, because we brought in this so many talented individuals, I just feel that Tammy feels that the club let him down, and as a result, he's we don't know. I don't know whether he's fallen out with Tuchel or not, and maybe it is five. Maybe he's not showing that hunger and that desire that Mason has. But it just baffles me that it's fizzled out like this because I really do think there's a decent player in that. I don't know whether this kid will become world class or not, but I do believe that he will be. You know, you can't say this kid is not a good player. He's not a good player. He's got 15 Premier League goals as a youngster, and for me, I just think he just needs to go away and maybe restart somewhere else if Chelsea are not the team for him. But yeah, I'm just disappointed with the way it ended because I thought a lot of our youngsters would be given the chance, and only
Let's
2 or 3 have made that step up.
let's look at it this way. If Tammy stays and fights for his place, do you think we'll need Haaland?
Uh, I don't. I think that decision's already been made, but um, yes,
Regardless of
because
whatever decision
yeah,
has
okay,
been made.
um, yes, because I don't know whether Werner can do it. I think this season Werner might. I still think we need Haaland because, as you said, we create a lot with Haaland. Do, do we have more of a chance?
To
Maybe because of
finish.
his physical stature, he might be better suited in the Premier League compared to Werner's. Because thinking back, Werner had a very good record in the Bundesliga. I don't think he was top scorer, but he did have a very good record for goals. And now I think about Haaland's physical stature. He might be more suited for the Premier League. That the type of player he is, um, possibly. But yes, I would still say we need him because it just depends on how many games we're gonna give these strikers as well. Um,
Yeah, I was saying if if Tammy knuckles down to fight for his place, would we need to get a finisher in?
I,
I don't
I, I
know.
think we do. I think if we want,
Yeah.
I want the league, Bobby. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't care about the Champions League as much as I care about the league. It's nice. Once every 10 years is good enough for me, but I want that league. That league for me means more to me than the Champions League because it's harder to win. It's over 38 games, and I think we do because of we fizzled out at the end. And there were some games, especially I watched the Brighton game, and I just saw Brighton outplay us. But I remember we had some key moments in that game where we couldn't finish. And I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe Haaland can be that guy.
Physically, he would suit the Premier League. My only
Yeah.
concern with that is that the defenders in the Premier League are also very physical, and they will love battling with a physical striker like that. And whether he'll be able to sustain that fight for a whole season is left to be seen. But Tuchel is uh, um, flexible enough to not play the same way consistently. And so I feel based on that, he could do well. The Chelsea model now is not necessarily embracing mature, established players. We're looking for the younger ones that could do a good job and still have a sell on value should we wish to sell them on after a number of years. I saw some things in Harry Kane over this European Championships. Um, he gave us an opportunity to really look at his game, and his game has changed. You know, Harry has lost a little bit of pace, and he's dropping deeper. Does that affect his form? I don't know. Is it worth investing in him? Well, as you've said, we have paid big money for many strikers in the past, and they've come and they've basically not done anything. Is it worth a gamble on an older player like that, or a youngster that has the scope to learn and develop? If I'm going to spend over 100 million, I'd like to spend it on somebody the right side of 25 that can be developed and can learn, rather than somebody the wrong side of 25 that is set in their ways and can only lose form. That's just, my opinion. That's just how I look at it. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting summer. We may not even do the deal at all. I doubt it somehow. I doubt it. From the things I'm hearing,
it feels that way. It feels that, because it's not because of his transfer fee. It's because of all the other financial baggage that he comes with. That's I think that 20 million for his, whether it's true or not is a different matter altogether. Because I do believe the newspapers are adding their own twist to things like they do, and 20 million for his dad, and then another 50, and you hear 20 to 30 million for his super agent, and you just think to yourself, you know what? Do we really want to get in bed with Fabrizio Romano over this guy? Because sorry, not Fabrizio Romano. What am I thinking about? He's the one that freaking tells us everything. Yeah, Raiola. Sorry, and
well,
I don't know. I just think Harry Kane is proven. You see what you get. So that's the thing for me. But yeah, I don't think it'll happen this season. I think next season he's cheaper as well, from what I gather.
The competition is greater next season, and we're going to have to repeat what we did this season without him to be able to attract him. It's going to be fierce competition with that buyout clause. There's Real Madrid, who would have gone that little step closer to getting out of their financial problems. There's Bayern, there's Man City, probably Man United. It's going to be quite competitive. Not that we should fear competition, but if we can do a deal without getting into that situation, it's better to do it. I was sharing with Tyrell, was it Tyrone, earlier, about a stream Baggy did, where he had this Chelsea journalist called Andreas on, and he was saying that Mino Raiola has a better relationship with Abramovich and Marina than with basically anybody else. The City group, Man United group, and so on. So though he will look to make his money, I'm not sure, as you've said, it's going to be as cutthroat as the newspapers or the journalists out there are trying to make it out to be. I don't know.
It also depends on the manager as well. Can he attract him? So, what do you guys? What about Jadon Sancho? Do you think he'd be a good signing for us?
His deal to United is almost done, isn't it? Are you
but
saying
we're good at hijacking deals, Bobby?
Bobby,
we're the club that hijack Iron Robin. Eden has that. We're the club to hijack deals. I'm just saying.
He kind of was hinting at it too. So yeah, but guys, I have to cut it here.
Okay, no problem.
So thanks for coming on.
We should. Bobby, join my channel. Yeah. I'd love to talk to you more.
Yeah, let me know how to. Are you in the?
I'm on Instagram. I don't know if you are.
You're on Instagram. Are you on Twitter?
Yeah. Kind of. Yes. Yeah. I don't use Twitter, but I am.
Instagram, YouTube.
Ty, send Send Bobby my Instagram, and Bobby will chat there, and then we'll go on like IG lives and stuff, and we can talk.
Sure. It's good
Talk.
to,
I talk football generally as well.
and it's
So
good to talk to someone. You shouldn't always agree on everything. It's good to have different opinions and
definitely.
to bounce back and forward a little bit. But yeah, I'll definitely follow you. If you're on Twitter, I'll follow you. I'm a bit of a Twitter person, but if not, I'll catch you on Instagram for sure. If you can send me his details.
It's basically my name, 532_pod. You'll see like a black background with a football on it. And that's me really. Normally I have my background on, but today I finished work and then I just put the game on. I just thought, come on, to be fair. And but yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for coming on, guys. I might have to do a part 2 to this because there's a few things that I guess probably you guys probably want to see. So I probably have to do a part 2 for this as well. And not to forget about the fixtures for Chelsea that I have to do a part 2 for as well. So I'll see what happens.